Welcome back to the 3x5 Live
podcast.
On this podcast, we talk about mindset, mindfulness, productivity, wellness. Last week, we spoke about the coffee bean. Great story. I hope you guys bought the book or watched some of the podcast interviews with Damien, because it's a fascinating story.
I really liked it too.
Yeah. And last week, I forgot to talk a little bit about my adventure in Colorado while Jessie was stuck here with the kids, all by her lonesome.
Not necessarily stuck, but yes, I was holding down the fort for sure.
So it was a great trip. There was about a dozen guys. We hiked one of the 14ers, which is a 14,000 foot peak in Colorado. I learned there's 50 14ers, and people tried to conquer all of them. And we actually met this girl that did when we summited, she summited a few minutes behind us, and it was her 40th.
Oh, that's amazing.
She has this popular Instagram page and documents her climbing of said 14er. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So it was amazing. So not just the views, the nature, everything, the camaraderie. The whole point of me wanting to do this trip was about a dozen guys. They're all kind of entrepreneurs or in real estate, and kind of this group of like-minded people. And we talk a lot about surrounding yourself with like-minded people, but it had the perfect ingredients for just an amazing trip. Mm-hmm. So you have a small group, it wasn't a big group, of all guys that kind of think similarly about, some big life topics. And then you had nature. So nature, it just gives you peace, it gives you solace, it makes you reflect, something about being in nature for an extended amount of time, because we did camp out along the trailhead for 2 nights. So you're just kind of stuck out there. So that was kind of the first ingredient, was just a small group of like-minded guys. Second ingredient was nature with peace. And then the third one, there's actually 4. The third one would be doing something hard. It was hard to hike all the way up to this 14er and come down, and some parts were pretty sketchy. Some guys were getting elevation sickness. So it was difficult. So when you do difficult things with a group of people, it bonds you. And then the last thing was there wasn't great cell phone service. Mm-hmm. So you didn't have the distraction of, these a lot of type A personalities being connected to their phone, constantly distracted, because they didn't have that opportunity because the cell phone service was really spotty. So it kind of it just was this perfect, set of ingredients that made a really wonderful trip.
I'm happy that you had that. I feel like more of us need to prioritize that type of experience, because it gets tricky, right? And it's hard to create opportunities for you to do so. And I'm glad that you prioritized it. And he came back, refreshed and feeling really great and having this wonderful experience. And that just allows him to pour into our family and bring that energy back to us. So
yeah, I'm used to dude trips that are probably riddled with more partying than solitude and conversation.
It's been a while since you've had one of those too, but yes, there's a lot more drinking and a lot more. Yeah.
So you come back and you're just spent and depressed and
sluggish,
half broke. And yeah.
This was a much different experience.
So this week, over the last, I'd say year or so, I've kind of alluded on this podcast a lot about, Jessie and I having a lot of growth in different directions of our life, and the feeling of overwhelm creeping in, and distraction from that overwhelm. And I was kind of talking openly with a guy that I'm close with, I'd say about a month ago, about just those feelings I've had over the last year or so. And he said this phrase, and he said, choose your hard, and kind of explained it a little, and it clicked, but it didn't really click deeply. And then I started reading, actually on the way out to this trip in Colorado. I picked up a book in a bookstore, which I never do. And it's Joe DeSena's book. He founded Spartan Races, and he bought Tough Mudder. So he does all those, he heads up that whole entire organization. And his book is called 10 Rules for Resilience. And it's building mental toughness for families. And that's the whole premise of the book. And he goes into this topic of choose your hard. And it finally clicked. I started reading through it, and I showed it to Jessie, and she goes, wow, that's powerful. Mm-hmm. So it's really reframing these hard things that we experience in life. So, everything in life is hard. So I'll just kind of read down this list, and then we're going to kind of spitball on it. So life is hard. It's hard to be wealthy. It's hard to be healthy. It's hard to be disciplined. Running is hard. Forgiveness is hard. Parenting is hard. Changing your habits is hard. But also, obesity is hard. Being out of shape is hard. Anxiety is hard. It's hard to have bitterness and unforgiveness inside you. Complacency is hard. Mediocrity is hard. It's hard to be broke. It's hard to wake up early. It's hard to sleep in. So all those things, it's like the opposite. They're
equally as hard.
Yeah.
But then the idea of like, so which one are you going to choose?
Yes.
Like, it's just as hard from one end to the other. Like, it's really hard to prioritize a morning routine, right?
Yes.
But the idea of choosing the one that's going to give you a result that then gives you some type of like happiness or fulfillment or joy.
Exactly. So when you see somebody that's in crazy good shape and you're like, man, that must be so hard to like, keep in that good of shape. Well, you know what? It's pretty hard to be out of shape when your kids want to run around with you and play and you can't do it because you haven't taken care of yourself.
And you're not feeling, the best version of you. I mean, that is something with my self-care class that I talk to people about all the time. Like, self-care is not easy. If it were easy, we'd prioritize it way more than we do. And the idea that it is really, really hard. But once you get that result and you feel the way that you possibly can, it's like you don't know what you don't know. And the second you feel that feeling of like, wow, I am, feeling vibrant and I have energy, and then all the things that are like a cannonball because of that, it like shoots that with your relationships and your job, and like things start to like feel fulfilled and
yeah,
I just think
that one activity snowballs into the other
absolutely, all these activities that just bring, I don't know, and then once you have that feeling, you chase it forever because you know how good you can possibly feel.
Yeah, and those things when you're like, man, I keep working out, I keep eating healthy, and it's hard to do it, and like you're sitting there in that wallowing, I'm just going to give it up. Well, you're choosing the other hard now. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that like really clicked with me when I was feeling overwhelmed. I'm like, well, if I stop all these things that are making me feel overwhelmed, there's going to be another hard on the other end of that where I'm just going to feel going back to self-talk. The mediocrity is going to set in, and I'm going to start having negative self-talk because I'm not chasing something. That fills me up, and I know it fills me up, but it's still hard, and that grind is hard. But at the end is joy, So
I have been having a lot of conversations recently with people who are feeling a little bit unsettled in like their career and what they're doing, and the conversation of like, it's really hard to make a change. It is really hard to make a change. But the perfect flip side to this is, what is the pain of regret? Like, if you don't actually manifest this change that is going to be really hard, then the other hard is staying complacent in a job that you're not feeling is an alignment to you anymore. And so that is a lot harder, because then on top of that, you also have the feeling of regret. You get to the end 10 more years and you're still feeling the same way. And then you look back and you feel as though you've just wasted or, weren't monopolizing on that time in a way that truly like sent you forward. So
Yep. And that goes back to the book, 5 Regrets of the Dying. That pain of regret stings so deeply. And, it's kind of like, give me the pain of waking up early. Give me the pain of chasing my goals. Give me the pain of forgiving somebody. Those are good pains. I want those pains because that's going to set us up for a fulfilled life with minimizing regret on the back end.
Right. And I remember in this, in that book that you were talking about, the quote that you showed me, it said like turning your pain into progress. And so it's hard. It creates pain. With that pain, if you're going in a forward direction, it also creates progress.
Yes.
And then eliminates that pain of regret. So would you rather have progress or would you rather have regret? And that's kind of the flip side of both of those types of pain or hurt or hardness.
Right. Exactly. So today's topic was choose your hard. I thought it really hit home with me.
I just learned about it. So
Jessie just learned about it.
I'm marinating and chewing on it a little bit, but I do agree. Like, each of those decisions that you make every single day, if you're choosing to get on the Peloton bike, or you're choosing to go for that run, or you're choosing to prioritize your movement or your body, like, yeah, that's hard, right? But the opposite of that is like, okay, then you feel sluggish and low energy, and that constant cycle, in your brain where you're like, oh, I didn't move yet, I haven't moved my body yet. So like, which hard is harder, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So.
All right, I like it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Until next week, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps us a ton on YouTube. Subscribe as well. Until next week, guys. See ya.
Take care.
We are all